The world's top riders are back in Vegas. The 2015 World Cup Finals of Jumping and Dressage officially begins tomorrow at the Thomas and Mack Center.
That's right. Here with more on the exciting competitions is Sports Program Director of the United States Equestrian Federation. That's Will Connell. How are you, Will?
I'm great, and I'm getting a tax return after only 6 months in the US.
There are a bunch of freebies going on today, so you'll be happy to hear that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I wish one of them was like, the IRS is saying, you mulligan. No, it doesn't happen. Let's talk about the World Cup Finals, jumping and dressage, happening here, right?
Happening here in the Thomas and Mack. This is a gathering of some of the world's best riders and horses in the 2 Olympic disciplines of dressage and show jumping, as we call it in the States, or jumping as it's called internationally. And this really is top-level competition. I was looking through the entry list, and if they all wore their Olympic medals, there'd be more bling in Thomas and Mack than there is on the strip. I mean, you've got the very best from around the world. It's going to be wonderful.
So all these people have been competing to get to this point and this stage in their life.
So there are various leagues around the world, so North American League, European leagues, and from those leagues they qualify for the finals. So it's not, they don't just rock up for this one. This is many months in the making. It's one of the biggest competitions in the equestrian calendar, and yeah, back in Vegas, where it's been many times before. It's kind of one of the homes of the World Cup final, and we have some really top US athletes here, in both the disciplines. So, you know, I think it's time to get out there and cheer on Team USA.
Yeah, tell us about Team USA. Who can we expect?
Yeah, well, we've got 2 previous winners with Beezy Madden and here in the show jumping. We've got 11 riders in the show jumping, including Olympic gold medalists like Beezy, McLean Ward, Laura Kraut, and Rich Fellas riding Flexible, who's won the competition before. So, you know, a lot of interest there. This horse is incredible. It just keeps going and going and going. And so I think we've got some really good shots in the show jumping, and great to see some younger riders, the future of the sport, coming through as well. So a real range. I mean, equestrian, I think, is the only Olympic sport where men and women compete on completely equal terms.
Nice.
And that's a real boost for our sport. And then in dressage, we've got our 2 stars here, Stefan Peters and Laura Graves. And yeah, we'll be kind of thinking top 5 finish for them. We've got the world's best horse in dressage here, Vallegro from Great Britain. So kind of my old hometown.
I thought it was a Boston accent. I had no idea.
Boston 2024. There's something to cheer on for as well.
Now we have some video as well that we want to show people.
Great.
Let's take a look at that. And can you describe to us what we will be looking at right here?
So this is show jumping, and they'll be jumping fences up to 1.60 m in height, a couple of meters wide. They're massive fences. This is actually, the video you're seeing is in an outdoor venue, so it's a lot tighter in the Thomas and Mack. And these horses, the power comes from behind the saddle. The rider's sitting on the saddle, and the power is those muscles in its back end. And you just see how it launches off the ground, tucks up its front feet. Really powerful animals, these show jumping horses. And it's not speed, it's power jumping. And the great thing about the Thomas and Mack is you're very, very close to the action. I mean, there'll be people sitting, you know, 4 or 5 feet away from a fence, and they'll really get to feel that power. So the show jumping competition is 3 rounds. The first round, which is tomorrow, is a speed competition, and then that is converted into penalty points, so that the fastest clear round, the person that goes fastest without knocking any of the rails down, because all the rails fall down, so there's no risk to the horses. They'll be on 0, and then everyone will be ranked. And then there's another 2 competitions where the faults are added. So this is a long competition, lots of jumping, and the winner will be a very, very special rider-horse combination.
It's something I've gotten so sucked into watching. Whenever I see it on TV, I end up sticking there for a couple hours to watch it. Dressage is another thing. I mean, if anyone brought it to the forefront more than anyone, I think Mitt Romney might have brought dressage to the forefront. Explain what dressage is and what it is judges are looking for.
Well, you mentioned Dancing with the Stars. This is dancing on horseback, and again, very, very powerful animals. The dressage horses tend to be bigger than the show jumpers, different sort of power, but we're looking for, very much like dancing, ice skating, you're looking for everything to look graceful and elegant and beautiful. And the tricks that these horses can perform, the movements they perform are wonderful to watch. And the final round, there's 2 rounds in the dressage competition, the riders basically can do what they want. They have to complete certain movements, but they do it in the order that they want to and set to music. And you'll hear some beautiful music during the final. And yeah, very powerful animals, and it is like dancing. And there was a lovely moment during the London 2012 Olympics. This kid came up to me in the Olympic Park. Kid.
Oh,
child,
kid.
sorry.
Okay.
Child, yeah. And said, I just love the dancing ponies. Aww. And, you know, that was so special. But it's about elegance, and you don't have to be an expert to know when it's being done well. It just looks natural. I
love the outfits as well. Where do they get the boots and the jacket? Where do they get fitted?
Well, at Equestrian Outfitters, a lot of the jacket's obviously made to fit them very correctly, and you know, made to measure. And the boots are often made to measure as well. So you know, you want to have the boots tight enough that they're not, your legs not flopping around in them, but you're obviously not stopping the blood flow, because that's kind of a bit painful.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. So yes, the idea is they look very elegant and part of the horse, and of course using the legs is part of what we call the aids for the horse. So that's how the rider's communicating. That's part of the reason how they generate the power.
It really is incredible, and I know people can get tickets now, and it's great having you. Best of luck with the event.
Yes. Well, let's hope the American athletes
Team USA.
deliver.
Yeah,
Absolutely. The World Cup Finals of jumping and dressage, they are back in the Valley. Warm-ups are today, and the event officially begins tomorrow. Runs through Sunday at Thomas and Mack Center. For tickets and more information, just head to the website you see there on your screen.